3 nights ago, I watched my roommate brush his teeth, and now he doesn't exist.
No trace.
No phone. No record that he ever lived with me. And yet, somehow I keep getting texts from him. Texts that say things like, "Don't open the closet. He wears my face now. Stop reading these out loud." If this sounds insane, good. Because I wish it wasn't real. I wish I could say I made this up. But if you're reading this now, it may already be too late. Because I think this thing spreads by being known. Started on a quiet Tuesday night. Nothing unusual. My roommate Ryan was on the couch, scrolling TikTok, earbuds in. I told him good night. He nodded. Normal. The next morning, he was gone. At first, I didn't panic. Maybe he stayed over at his girlfriend's. Maybe he left early for class. But hours passed. Then a full day. His shoes were still by the door. His keys. His phone. Even his wallet. No calls. No texts. No social media posts. I called his girlfriend. She hadn't seen him in a week. I called the police. They came by, asked questions, looked around. No forced entry. No signs of a struggle. Just a missing person. A very, very missing person. But it didn't feel like he was gone. That night, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Soft, slow, deliberate. They stopped outside my bedroom door. I waited. Nothing. I opened the door. No one there. But on the floor, there was a small piece of paper. Folded in half. I picked it up and read one word. Run. I laughed it off. Told myself it was some sick prank. Stress. Hallucination. Then the first message came. At 1:39 a.m., I got a text from Ryan's number. "You still up?" I stared at it for a full minute. His phone was on his desk. Powered off. Had been since the cops came. I replied, "Where are you?" No answer. 2 minutes later, "Can you get eggs?" Out of them. That was Ryan's tone exactly. Casual. Lowercase. Zero punctuation. I felt my stomach twist. I checked the call logs. No outgoing calls. I checked the front door. Still locked. His room, untouched. But the next message hit different. "He likes your room better." I froze. And that's when the knocking started. 3 soft taps. From inside my closet. I didn't move. Didn't speak. Didn't even breathe. I just stared at the door, heart pounding. Then another message buzzed through. "Don't open it. If you're still here, hit that subscribe button. Because what happens next will haunt you too." The next morning, I opened the closet. There was nothing there. But scratched into the back wall, deep and jagged, were the words, "I'm still here." I called the police again. They came, took pictures, told me it could be old damage from a previous tenant. Then they left. That night, I got 5 more messages. "You sleep loud," he crawled out again. "He wears my skin better than I did. I'm under your bed, Aaron. Don't turn around, I didn't sleep. I stayed up with every light on. I even FaceTimed a friend and begged them to stay on call with me until sunrise." At 3:44 a.m., the power went out. Just like that, total darkness. My phone battery hit 1, then buzzed. "He's behind the mirror." I ran to the bathroom. I don't even know why. The mirror was fogged, even though I hadn't used any water. And across the glass, written in condensation, were the words, "Stop reading out loud." I hadn't said anything. I swear I hadn't spoken a word. But something heard me anyway. The next day, I went to the leasing office to complain. I told them my roommate had gone missing, and now weird things were happening. That I wasn't safe. They asked what unit I was in. 3B, I said. The woman looked confused. "There's no co-tenant listed for 3B, she said. "You've been the only renter there since last summer." "No," I said. "Ryan moved in 6 months ago. You have to have his info." She turned the monitor toward me. No co-tenant.
No guest approvals.
No second name. No record of Ryan existing. Felt like my brain cracked. I went home and checked everything. Our shared food receipts, rent transfers, texts, photos. Nothing. No shared logins. No tagged posts.
No vídeos. No voicemail.
Nothing with his name, like someone had gone in and erased him from my life. Except for the texts. They kept coming. You look tired. Your eyes don't blink at night. I miss being you. He says your skin is stretching that night. I locked every door and window. Slept with a knife under my pillow. And I still woke up with a handprint on my mirror. 5 long fingers. Too long. Smudged down the glass like someone had slid off it. Then a message. We're almost one. The next morning, Ryan's room was empty. Not just messy, empty.
No furniture. No mattress.
No clothes. Nothing but bare floorboards and a cracked closet door. The same closet where I found one more note. This one carved deep. You can never leave. I packed my things in 10 minutes and left. Went to a cheap motel 5 miles away. Thought I was safe. Until 2:08 a.m. Another message buzzed. You brought him, followed by, check under the bed. I didn't want to, but I had to. I dropped to my knees and slowly lifted the bed skirt. There was a face staring back at me.
Mine.
But smiling. Wide. Too wide. The face disappeared in an instant. Like smoke. Like it had never been there at all. I screamed. Ran. Spent the rest of the night in my car. And now, I'm still getting messages. On a phone that has no SIM card. On accounts I've never created. The last message I got said, "We're here now. Stop telling them." And that's when I realized something terrifying. These stories, they're not warnings. They're invitations. 2 days ago, I tried deleting everything. The texts, the call logs, even burned Ryan's old stuff. But last night, he came back. I heard the door open, but the lock never turned. Footsteps walked into the apartment. I watched from my hiding spot behind the kitchen counter. He passed by slowly. It looked like Ryan. Same hoodie, same walk, but his face didn't move.
No blinking. No breathing.
Just a still, stretched version of what used to be human. He turned toward me, smiled, and then walked into my room like he'd never left. The next morning, there was only one toothbrush in the bathroom. Only one bowl in the sink. Only one name on the lease.
Mine.
But when I look in the mirror, sometimes the reflection smiles. When I don't. If you've made it this far, he knows about you now. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below, but only if you're alone. And don't forget to like the video before he answers you back.